Welcome to The Explainer, everyone. Okay, today we're diving into a concept that's absolutely foundational to your financial well-being, but it totally operates in the shadows. We're talking about those invisible, daily money habits that are secretly draining your wealth. You know the feeling, right? Working crazy hours, trying your absolute hardest to save, and yet somehow you still feel like you're falling behind. Well, why is that? Often, it's actually not the huge, catastrophic financial disasters that wipe us out. It's the small, silent killers, the ones that bleed our accounts dry, day by day, month by month. So let's shine a light on what's really going on here.
Get this. Right now, nearly 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Just let that sink in for a second. 78%. We're talking about folks sitting at their kitchen tables late at night, staring at their smartphone screens, literally terrified of a single $400 emergency. A flat tire, a random medical bill, a quick home repair. That is literally all it takes to push the vast majority of the country right over the edge into full-blown financial panic.
So, what does this all mean? We really have to ask ourselves, what's the real culprit keeping you broke? Now, it's super easy and totally understandable to point the finger outward. We all feel the squeeze and boom, we instantly blame inflation or we blame low wages. And hey, those macroeconomic factors are completely real for sure, but they aren't the whole story. The real culprit? It's usually a set of invisible daily habits. It's internal. It's the controllable actions we take every single day, often without even realizing it.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. We're going to do a teardown of the specific traps holding you back today. We'll start with the mirage of wealth, and then get into three specific habits: the subscription drain, lifestyle creep, and finally, financing depreciating assets. All right, let's kick things off with our first section, the mirage of wealth.
Think about taking a walk down any affluent American street. You see the perfectly manicured lawns, massive houses, brand new luxury SUVs sitting in the driveways. I mean, it looks like the absolute peak of financial stability, doesn't it? But what's really interesting here is the massive contrast between that visible wealth and the hidden reality. Because behind closed doors, there's a massive credit crisis brewing. Most of that visible luxury isn't actually owned by the people showing it off. Nope, it's leased, it's heavily financed, or it's just charged to premium credit cards. We literally have a culture of people standing in their stunning kitchens, staring anxiously at stacks of bills, just trying to scrape by on the minimum payments for a lifestyle they don't even truly own.
Which brings us to our first invisible killer. Habit 1, the subscription drain. Seriously, think about your own digital bank statements right now. You're constantly getting hit with these sneaky little auto-pay traps, right? A $9.99 streaming service here, a $14.99 gym membership there. Oh, and that $29.99 premium app subscription you totally forgot you even signed up for 6 months ago. Individually, these tiny, fragmented payments feel completely harmless. They're literally designed to feel like pocket change. But these automated micro-deductions rapidly, and I mean rapidly, eat away at your monthly budget before you even realize the cash is gone.
And when you add them all up, the cumulative impact is just staggering. The average American is wasting over $2,400 a year on automated subscriptions they rarely, if ever, use. Over $2,400. Just imagine what you could do with that money if it was sitting in a high-yield savings account or, actually invested in the market, rather than quietly draining out of your checking account while you sleep.
Moving right along, we arrive at arguably the most insidious wealth killer of them all. Habit 2, lifestyle creep.
So the crucial point is this. Lifestyle creep is what happens when your income goes up and your expenses instantly match it. It sneaks up on you exactly when you think you're doing great. You finally score that big promotion or a raise, and boom, your expenses magnetically match your new income. Suddenly, your perfectly fine apartment feels way too small. Your reliable, paid-off car? Yeah, that feels too old now. You walk into a furniture showroom and suddenly feel like you absolutely must upgrade every single thing you own. Making more money instantly equals spending more money.
And the exhausting reality of this constant upgrading cycle is what we call the golden handcuffs. You're making more money than you ever have in your entire life. You look incredibly successful on the outside. But when you sit down late at night and pull up your banking dashboard, your savings account hasn't grown by a single dollar. Your net worth is completely stagnant. You have officially trapped yourself into working endlessly just to maintain a slightly shinier version of being broke.
Which perfectly sets up our third and final habit, and this is where the stakes get much, much higher. Habit 3, financing depreciating assets.
We are talking about taking out massive loans for things that actively lose value the second the paperwork is signed. Prepare yourself for this one.
Right now, the average American car payment has skyrocketed to over $700 a month. There are people driving down the highway in brand new cars, white-knuckling the steering wheel, and instead of feeling joy, they're just filled with immense financial stress. $700 a month is a staggering amount of capital to lock up, especially for an asset that is moving in the exact wrong financial direction.
And this brilliantly illustrates why it's such a terrible wealth-building move. When you buy a new car, it instantly loses roughly 11% of its value the absolute minute you drive it off the dealership lot. Literally, you haven't even pulled into your own driveway yet, and thousands of dollars in equity have just vanished into thin air. You are heavily financing an asset that is in an absolute free fall of depreciation.
And this builds into a truly devastating 72-month debt trap. See, dealerships don't want you to look at the total price, right? They want you hyper-focused on the monthly payment, so they stretch that loan all the way out to 72 months. Let's walk through this timeline. In month 1, you sign the contract and bam, you instantly lose that 11% in value. By month 36, halfway through the whole shebang, the car is worth a fraction of what you paid, but you are still paying heavy interest on the original amount. And by month 72, you have essentially spent 6 years systematically transferring your future wealth straight to the bank in the form of interest, rather than investing that money into assets that actually pay you back.
Which brings us to the ultimate question you really have to ask yourself right now. If you pulled out your phone, opened your banking app, and actually checked your statements today, which of these invisible killers would you find hiding in the margins? Are you leaking wealth through forgotten subscriptions? Are you trapped in the golden handcuffs of lifestyle creep? Or are you actively paying heavy interest on an asset that's plummeting in value? Listen, the first step to building real lasting wealth isn't just making more money. It's recognizing these silent traps and finally stopping the leak. So what cycle are you going to break today?